Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, so I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about Drake's recent album. And I listened to it, okay, and it's trash. It's trash. The reports are in, it's trash. So, and that's my opinion. And I'm gonna get into, why I think it's trash. I'm not just gonna say it's trash without why I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll get into that. Before I get into that, though, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Even y'all who want to give me shit in the comments and talk shit, y'all can like, comment, and subscribe too because you're here and you're watching, bitch. So subscribe. So let's get into like some of my initial thoughts of the album, right? I was bored. You know what I'm saying? Like for the majority of the album, just in general, outside of the songs just not being good, I was bored because the flow of majority of the songs were the same. Whether he was, rapping or whether it was the melodic, singing or just his rap flow was boring me silly. Like I was bored. His flow barely changed or switched up. A lot of the beats on the songs were similar. The beats were not that great either. I was bored, to put it lightly. There were a lot of moments in like a lot of different songs that made me cringe. Just like internally cringe because of the lyrics. Some of the choices in lyrics for a lot of the songs, I was like, for real? Did he just say that? And like, is it because it's Drake that it's like it sounds cooler when he says some stupid shit? You know what I'm saying? It was just like I'm gonna give you a couple examples of some songs that I was just like, girl, what? So I remember a particular lyric that it wasn't cringe per se, but it was just like, I don't care. Like, why is this in here? I don't think anybody cares. You know what I mean? He's talking about how he lost his Sprite deal because of Wayne and like, the whole sip and scissor, type of thing. And I was just like, okay, I don't care. Like, I don't know. To me, there was certain lyrics that were either really trash and mid, or just bars or, parts of the song where it's like, I don't care. Like, this information is not interesting enough for you to put in the record. You know what I mean? I don't know. Y'all can feel how y'all feel, but I didn't fucking like it, okay? Then he made a song called the BBL Love. And the title alone, I was like, are you for real? I don't know. I feel like there could have been something more. He could have put that more eloquently if he wanted to talk about BBLs instead of just naming the track straight up BBL Love. I didn't like that. And then on top of that, the song was trash and cringe. When he started off the song BBL Love, talking about some, and can I feel it? Can I feel it? I'm like, what? It was just so, it made me cringe so hard when he started off the song talking about some, can I feel it? Drake, in my humble opinion, has just gotten cornier and cornier and cheesier in all of his, like, this is probably the cheesiest album that I've ever heard from him. He did have cheesy lines on like Her Loss as well, but definitely the most cheesiest and corniest shit that I've heard from him has been on this album. I don't know what's been going on with him honestly for the last 3 albums. He hasn't put out a good album since Scorpion. I'm sorry, I'm a part of those people who don't think that Drake has put out a good body of work since then, in my opinion. And y'all can come for me. Y'all could scrap with me in the comments. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I said what I said. I tried to get through this album, to be honest, and Drake is just talking about a whole lot of nothing to me. I will say, though, the track with Bad Bunny was kind of eating a little bit. The track with Bad Bunny was kind of eating, but the problem was it was Bad Bunny who was eating. Like, Drake doing the whole like Spanish shit, like he's done that before in like other tracks that are actually pretty good, but this song of him trying to do like the Spanish rap, I didn't like it coming from Drake. Like I don't know, it just sounded weird. But when Bad Bunny hopped on, it felt natural, it felt good, it was cute, it was great. The beat for that song also very good, you know, but Drake's part ruined it. And that was a common thread for me for a lot of tracks on this project. It's like some of the tracks could have worked, but Drake's part in his own song ruined the track for me. Now, I can't go on and on about the album without mentioning Rich Baby Daddy. That song was a whole lot of mess. That was probably the worst song on the album. And I was just like, what is this trash? Like, what is this trash? Like, first of all, Sexy Red does not flow right on a Drake song to me. It doesn't flow. It doesn't feel natural. It just feels like they just threw her on there. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. And what? I really did not need to hear Sexy Red throughout the whole entire song talking about some bend over and let that coochie breathe. I did not need to hear that. I did not need to hear that. That was just. And I know it's on brand for her. Like, I get that. But it wasn't good. And she doesn't sound good on a Drake song. Okay. I already made a video on Slime You Out, so you guys know how I felt about like the Slime You Out SZA X Drake thing. That song was terrible. But this song is worse, and it has SZA on it again. Now, what I will say though is SZA's part is good. SZA 8. SZA 8. Like, if they would have made a song like with SZA's part and then Drake and then Sexy Red wasn't in it, then it could have possibly worked. It could have passed. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just think it was so all over the place. Sexy Red is talking about some let that coochie breathe while SZA is harmonizing in the background. Like, does that even make sense? Like, does that even make sense? Like, it sounds so stupid with SZA like doing her typical R&B like harmonizing with Sexy Red talking about coochie in the background, and then Drake comes in at the end. It's just a horrible song. Like, just the structure of it alone is messy and horrible. The lyrics are horrible. Everything is horrible. The only part that, like I said, is kind of redeemable was SZA's part. I unfortunately could not add a single track to my playlist. And I'm upset about that because how have we had 3 Drake albums? And I swear to you, I shit you not, I have not added a single song to my playlist from any of them. To get into some other album related stuff outside of my opinion, I'm going to show you all a clip of the Joe Budden situation when he was talking about the album, and I'll be back.
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's my yo dog, I had to look up how old this was when I finished listening to the album. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You will be 37 years old. Get the away from some of these younger niggas and stop in these 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album. Yo, you're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal to the world. Loving about Cole, like my shit is happening in reverse. Like with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown ass, like real Jersey City. I don't want to hear how you lost your fucking virginity. And then he started to grow up. And then the rapping sounded like an adult rapping. I'm want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people.
No.
Okay, guys, so that was the clip. You can pause obviously back there to read Drake's response to it. People were praising Drake and saying, oh, he ate Joe Budden up, this and that, with Drake's sassy self. He went off on him, this and that. Okay, Drake might have read him a little bit. You know what? I'm not going to sit up here and pretend he didn't. He did a little bit because Joe is not, a pop-in mainstream rapper or has the pop-in mainstream appeal and respect that like a Drake does. No, he doesn't. Okay, but I don't feel, regardless of that it negates anything that Joe said. Yeah, he might not be as hot as Drake. Yeah. But he spoke truth, in my opinion. But these last few albums that Drake has put out, there is nothing evolutionary about Drake's music right now. He's not evolving. He's not putting out bodies of work that are, his old bodies of work, the timeless music he was making in the past. And you would think with time and age and experience that he would evolve creatively, and he's just not doing that. Joe is right. He's sounding like he's trying to stay relevant with like the kids, the young rappers, and Drake is an attractive rich man, so he's gonna be being with younger women, who are still in their prime and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is that his mindset and his mind frame is more likely still stuck in that place when he was like 22. But if Joe's right and he's going to be 37, he's going to be 40 soon, you know, his music should evolve in some way. Not to say you can't still have that same edge that you had when you were 20, but just talking about things that matter. I don't think there was really much substance wise for his album. There's no takeaways. You know what I mean? You know, Drake can make a banger, a turn up song. That's totally fine. Nobody's saying don't do that. But there's just no evolution to Drake at this point. He's, you know, his music is mid, it's childish, it's corny. There's nothing, you know, we would think over time, you know, with age, that he's made more mature, solid music, you know, in the past when I was growing up as a teenager listening to Drake. So it's just, I don't know. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. And, you know, I feel like when the dust settles from, ooh, Drake was dissing Joe Budden, ooh, he burned him, whatever, that people are gonna, you know, the dust is gonna settle. People are gonna settle into the album, settle into, you know, everything, and be like, oh, you know what, Joe was actually right. This album is trash. I feel like the dust is gonna settle from Drake dissing Joe, and people are gonna come to the realization that, you know, Drake really isn't all that at this point right now. Not right now, he's not. So I don't know. I hope he does better with whatever his next project is after he takes a break. But you know, it's Drake, so it doesn't matter. He's still gonna have all of his singles chart on the Billboard. He's probably gonna have a #1 off of, you know, the album released, you know, because it's Drake. And so people seem to let mid pass because it's Drake and because of the name and because of the familiarity and because of all the hits that he's had in the past and stuff like that. I feel like people let it slide with him. But I feel like if another artist put out this album, the same album that Drake just dropped, if another artist put this out, it would be trash. Other people would say it was trash. But because it's Drake, it's okay. That's what I think. People can make fun of Joe, like I said, but I stand with what Joe said. You know, regardless if he's old, washed up rapper or not, whatever you guys want to say to clown him, he's right. Unfortunately. So, eat that. Also, apparently, Drake was like reading that Rihanna dissed her or something, talking about their sex was mid and their relationship and all this stuff. I thought it was stupid. I was not interested in it. I wasn't even gonna bring it up in this video, because I feel like it would have been more polarizing. Excuse me. If it would have happened right after they broke up all those years ago, then it would make more sense, and it would, you know, he'd be capitalizing off of that. But the point of bringing it up now after all these years is what exactly? But for him to come out and diss Rihanna allegedly now after she has a baby and she's in a serious relationship is kind of corny and stupid. Like, and it's been all these years. It's like, for what? I mean, maybe something happened behind the scenes that made him put it out in the music, but because the public doesn't know about it, it just seems so random. So there was that, which was cheesy and corny once again. But other than that, the only other thing that happened was Nicki Minaj was supposed to be on the album. He like promoted it, and she didn't end up being on the album. And the Barbs were upset because they're like, oh, she, you know, he said she was going to be on the album and she never showed up on there. So some people are speculating his feature is on Nicki's album, but he said it was going to be on For the Dogs. So where was the feature? So there was that too. So just the whole album and just everything around it is just a mess, to be honest with you. But this is Drake we're talking about, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day. People are gonna hype it up and praise it and all of this. But I didn't like the album at all. And that was my sincere opinion about it. Let me know what you guys think about the album. Let me know your opinion. Yeah. And I love you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I know you want to because you're here and you watched this whole video, bitch. So do that. Thank you. See you on the next one.